What's going on, y'all? So, how y'all doing? I'm doing good. But why am I laughing like that? Y'all, I'll be on some shit. I didn't got some sleep in me. That's what happened. A bitch came home. Look, I had all staff day, and this is with my job when everybody in the I work at the library, so everybody in the library system, all the library branches in the whole city of Chicago, this one particular day they all come together and we had these classes, these update, I guess, reflect on how things are going so far. They show us new stuff about, new programs and what's been going on and, all that shit. Okay, fine. So I get to work. I'm tired as hell because I don't wake up this early on Wednesday for this. I had to wake up early and I got there, couldn't even swipe in because my swipe in with my hand couldn't work. And I was like, what the fuck? So I had to figure that shit out. Go through the opening ceremony. I'm sitting there and I'm up in the Winter Garden. It's on the ninth floor. If you ever been to the Harold Washington Library in Chicago, the Winter Garden, y'all know how that look if you've been up there. So it's a row of chairs that ain't nobody sitting in. No motherfucking bodies toward the back. I sit on the end seat. Okay? Next thing I know, I'm chilling, minding my business, you know. And this white woman comes sit next to me. Well, not next to me. She comes sit like two chairs away from me. Fine. Look over, and who this bitch is coming through? Somebody just walking through the aisle. And I said, oh my God, please do not sit next to me. She sits right directly next to me. And I'm sitting here like, you see all this space out here. Why? I know that's your friend. You could have sat on the other side, or y'all could have scooped down. I said, let me scoop my chair down. She sat down and she turned to look at me and did a double take. She was like, hey. And I was like, hey. It was my ex supervisor, the one I got into it when she first came into my department when I used to work at Harold Washington. Bitch, before I got transferred to another. I said, I ain't got time for this. I don't have time for this. I can't be fake with nobody for real. I just sat there and I was about to go to sleep. I was dozing off. Child, we get through one. After that, I had to go to another class, and then the last class I went to was in the auditorium. So at that moment in time, it's fine. I'm sitting by myself. It's a few seats open next to me on the very last row at the top, so I can just jet the fuck out of there when I need to. Who comes up and sit next to me again? I said, this is not happening. Girl, all them seats are down there. Why must you come sit by me? I don't want to talk to you. I don't have nothing to say. Girl, and next thing you know, she don't even stay the whole class. She gets the fuck up out of there. I said, what the hell? Y'all can do that shit? But anyway, we listening to the people. The lady gives a talk or whatever, the presentation, and all of a sudden we hear this loud snoring. It started off slow and it started off low, okay? And then it's like every time that person breathed in, it just kept getting bigger and bigger. It was an older woman who was sitting a few seats down on my row. She was laid back in that chair with her coat wrapped around her like it was a fucking snuggie. And she was just going to town on that sleep. I said, this bitch had some good sleep for 20 minutes. Okay? Somebody in front of her had to turn around and pat her on her legs to wake her up because it got so loud that everybody in the auditorium, it's a big auditorium now, turned around looking at her like, girl, what the fuck? That was my day today, okay? It was just a lot. It was just a lot. But the only reason why I go there because they had these bomb ass turkey sandwiches, okay? And y'all know I'm on this health kick and all this stuff, and it was just really good, like the bread and it was just good. It was just good. Okay, anyway, moving on. So let's get into this video. So I want to start this video with saying rest in peace to Afeni Shakur. If y'all don't know, that's Tupac's mother, and she's a big influence on his life. And she died, I think she was like 69 or 67, 69 years old. She, I think, had a cardiac arrest, had a heart attack or something like that at 9 something at her house, and around 10 something when they was at the hospital, they pronounced her dead. And, that's really, really sad. Every 2016 is taking everybody out, and I'm just not understanding what's really going on. I'm not understanding why, but It is what it is, and my condolences to that family. And they just got through wrapping up the Tupac movie. They really just got through wrapping up his movie. They finished it. I'm just saying, damn, that's fucked up. And then, they doing all this stuff with, once again, all these rumors circulating about Prince. I'm so fucking tired of the media and these speculations. Like, let it the fuck go. The man is gone. I don't want to hear no more. I mean, the stuff that they're doing to him, they did not do for other, I hate to put race in here, but other white artists who died, they just let it go. But they just speculate, oh, he did this, oh, he had this problem. I don't care. I don't care. What I care about is the fact that he left a fucking musical legacy that will never be matched, okay? And let that be fucking that. Moving on from that, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That bitch was shady as fuck, okay? This was the last dinner that President Obama and Michelle Obama would have. So sad. Oh my God, I'm so sad. That when you think about it and you say it out loud, and given what just happened, I'm so fucking sad because first of all, he didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Where Trump at? I thought this ass was gonna be here." I remember that time when the last one of them dinners when Trump was up in the audience and he was going to town on Trump when he because Trump was the main one talking about Obama was not born here. Let's see the birth certificate, and they had the birth certificate and it proved that he was born here in Hawaii. Okay, and so for those that don't know, Hawaii is one of the 50 states of the United States of America. All right. So, yeah, it was just funny just sitting there. I was like, nigga, you got to sit there and take this shit. And Obama was going to town on his ass. But the best part, first of all, it was a little bit of controversy because I think, what's his name? Larry Whitaker or whatever the fuck, Larry something. He got up there and he said, just like we'll say, Obama, you my nigga. People get offended because he said nigga. Really? I Well, if you don't want nobody else to say it, you guys shouldn't say it. Shut the fuck up, okay? Just it wasn't nothing to take offense. Obama didn't take offense. They got upset because Don Lemon stuck his middle finger up. And girl, get the fuck. Yeah. Y'all just want to complain about everything, okay? And there's no reason to complain. The best part of the night was when Obama said, "I got 2 words left. Obama out." And drops mic for real. I said, this motherfucker really dropped the mic. This nigga just don't get no shit. He said, "I'm done. I'm done with you hoes. All right, I got other shit to focus on after this, okay? The world is finna go up, all right? All I'm finna focus on is my daughter going to Harvard." Shout out to Malia. She got accepted to Harvard, and once again, the racist comments want to come out. All this bullshit want to be said. It is so fucking sad that we can't even celebrate not even necessarily celebrate, but it has to be so much controversy and drama behind a young black girl going to Harvard, getting accepted to Harvard. What, you think she got in because of who her parents were or whatever? No, didn't Michelle go to Harvard? Like, what? She ain't had no help. Okay, like, come on, that. Why can't we just be happy for one another? I just don't understand it. Like, I'd be happy that a black kid is actually out here trying to pursue higher education and not just thinking that all their options are through after high school. Okay, I just don't get that. Like, what is it because she's Barack Obama's daughter and you don't like Barack Obama? And see, on the one hand, I'm glad that Barack was here because of all the accomplishments that he had and him being the first black president and all this stuff. But on the other hand, I am kind of a little bit glad that he's gone so that all this racist bullshit, these talks can stop. But then again, given our political climate and the stuff that's going on now, it's not going to stop because Trump has literally won the Republican nomination, okay, for the candidacy for the presidency for this coming up, okay, for the election. He's going to be the candidate. He's going to be the candidate because they had the primary in Indiana. Trump won. Prior to that, they had another primary election. He won all 5 of those states, okay? And after winning, I think Indiana, Ted Cruz dropped out. Then I think today, Kasich dropped out. So now it's just Trump. And I'm just sitting here like, the only reason why Trump is still here is because of who he was before he got into politics. He is not a real politician. He don't know what it is that he's really talking about. And then, so I'm pretty much sure it's going to be Trump versus Hillary. And if Trump's get it, like, I'm not surprised that he was still here. His celebrity, his brash talk, and in your face shit, saying what most people think or whatever. I'm not surprised that he's still here. What I'm surprised is that people really, really, really are adamant about supporting him. Like, don't have a issue with the things that he really do say, and the fact that they can't see that most of his talk is very controversial and don't see how it will not benefit our country. You want to make America great, but you making us look like a fucking laughing stock. Okay, that's what the fuck you doing. This is not great for America. We don't need that. We don't. We really don't. And it's, oh my God, it's, I don't even want to think about it no more. All I can say is, when November come, y'all need to get y'all asses out here and fucking vote, okay? And I'm not gonna be one of the ones who gonna be upset because Hillary got the nomination or Bernie or whoever. And I don't care. You vote for who you want to vote for, but just make sure you understand the policies that they're on and their tactics, and it makes sense to you, okay? You can vote for Trump if you want to. I just don't understand it, but hey, that's your right. But just make sure your ass get out there and fucking vote. Don't sit back and do nothing. Um, 50 Cent was in the airport, and I seen this video, and he had put on, 50 Cent is a dick, okay? 50 Cent is a dick, and that's all we can really say. We're not surprised. He's very petty. He's very childish. He's a grown man in a child's body, okay? And he was in the airport, and the guy that was, I guess it was a janitor or something, I don't know if he was pushing his luggage or whatever, but he looked in the face. He looked like he was just not really there. He didn't care or whatever. Very nonchalant. And 50 Cent was making fun of him, talking about some, this who y'all be hiring. He be getting high. I bet you he be getting high. He look drunk as shit. He looking like this and he looking like that. Basically insulting the man to his face. But the man was not talking back. He wasn't responding back. And if you look closely, you could tell that either he probably was on something or it was something else going on. Come to find out, it was something else going on. This man has autism, okay? He has a mental illness as well. And you're sitting here making fun of him, and the family saw this. You posted it online, and the family saw this and said, bitch, we want an apology, plus we're going to sue you for $1,000,000. Oh, he gets a public apology somewhat, but I don't think he's going to try to give up that $1,000,000. And I'm sitting here like, you don't do that to people. You don't do that to people. I don't care who it is or what you think it is. You don't do it, because you never know what's really going on with people. And one day somebody is going to fuck 50 Cent up. Okay? One day somebody going to fuck him up, and I'm going to be just sitting back like it's about goddamn time. You had it coming, and oh fucking well. That's what I'm gonna be like. But with all that being said, I'm still gonna be watching Power. I can go fuck in on 50 Cent, because we can all admit that some of the shit he do is funny, but most of it is petty, it's childish, and he needs to grow the fuck up. But Power is the shit, and it will be back in July, I believe, June or July. And I can't wait because they trying to take Ghost out. Okay? But moving on from that, I don't care about black. I really don't care about Black China, them and all them no more right about now, because after that picture with Kylie and her came up and they put that fake ass caption talking about something when we was best friends all along. They wasn't. That was just a little media attention plot, whatever, trying to make it seem like something that it wasn't. But them bitches don't like that girl. They don't like that girl. China gonna play along because she finna get some money out of it. So hey, it is what it is. Do I think the relationship between her and Rob is real? Yes. But do I think that friendship and all that bullshit with the other Kardashians? No, because they finna have it played out on the whole season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And the first episode of the new season came on Sunday, and that's all that they was talking about. Okay, that's the episode when Chris went the fuck in on Kim. Oh, you've been married 72 days. Oh, wow, that's normal. Okay, that shit was funny to me for some reason, because Kim was stuck. She just said that like, I'm like, so y'all shitting on Rob and who he with and getting upset when we can go in about all this talking about his choices, but we can go in. Chloe, you with a fucking cokehead. You can't decide whether or not you want to keep this man or not. You keep babyfying him and all this stuff. Who, girl, going through rappers and basketball players because you don't know what the fuck is up. Kim, you done been married how many times? You done had a sex tape. You done had this 72 days. Girl, we could just go to fucking. You was cheating on your relationship with your husband while he was in a relationship. Okay? Courtney, your baby daddy, you don't know what the fuck is up. He's a cokehead. He's an alcoholic. He's all this shit. He can't get his shit together. But then y'all going in on Rob. Like, let it go. And then y'all getting upset because he with Black China, but y'all don't get upset at the fact that your younger sister was messing around with somebody who's way older than her, and that was just okay. Y'all accepted Tayja like it wasn't nothing. So that was just like, and you gotta remember, y'all started this shit. So hey, it is what it is. But moving on from that, Trick Daddy confirms that there will be a Love and Hip Hop Miami, and that he want all basically people that really is from Miami to be on there. And I understand that, because like on most of these shows, most people that be on like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, they not homebred from Atlanta, a couple of them or whatever. Same thing with LA, same thing with New York, whatever. So I get that. And it's talk that Brianna Perry might be on there and if y'all don't know who Brianna Perry, she was on Sisterhood of Hip Hop. I don't know if they coming back for a third season. I would like to see them come back for a third season, but if not, oh well. And also Trina may be on there. Mm, I mean, I like to see the baddest bitch on there, but I don't want to see her, getting hood and all that stuff. I mean, I know she a hood bitch, but I just don't. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't. I mean, I'm gonna be tuned the fuck in for sure, okay? But I don't know how I feel about certain people being on the show. Y'all know how when we like a person and then all of a sudden they get on TV and do their reality shows and they show who they really are, whether or not it's who they really are or they putting on for the camera, and then it makes them totally unlikable. I don't want that to happen with some people that I like because it has happened in the past, you know? Kelly fucking Price was the big fucking like, oh girl, for real. I used to like you and I don't like the way that you act. Jeffrey Roll, like I just don't like that. Lil Mo too. I don't like her no more either. But y'all tell me y'all gonna be watching it because we all gonna be watching it. Yeah, I will be reviewing it because we gonna go in just like we go in on. Speaking of love and hip hop, I didn't speak on this bullshit because I don't really care, but it keep popping up. Sunday Carter put up this mom and Mouse. They was talking and putting up these little pictures of them together, holding hands, kissing, and all this stuff. Mind you, if you watch Celebrity Boot Camp, reality stars the last season, she was on there with her ex-husband. They fucked around and got remarried at the end of the they did a little update or whatever at the end of the series. And I'm thinking that they still married. Now somebody put down in the comments, is her and Cedric still together? Because it looked fishy, like she going hard for Miles, like they really in a relationship. I don't know if this is a publicity stunt or whatever, but to be quite honest, who really gives a fuck about them? Like they really, of course, Milan gonna get in his feelings, and he talking about they just going back and forth. It's real childish. It's real dumb. Go on the Shade Room and just look at all the posts that they've been posting today alone. Okay, I thought the shit died down from last week or the week before, but the shit then came back up. All right, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't like Sunday Carter from what, how I figured how she was on Basketball Wives. I don't like her ever since then. I stopped liking her, but I'm on her side in this. Milan, if you over it, shut the fuck up. And why are you still stalking this boy? Why are you still worried about your ex? He done moved on. Please move on yourself. And then you talking about some people is irrelevant, and you're the relevant person that made him relevant. That's why you put him on the show and he got fired because of this and you just quit. Let me tell you something. If it weren't for this show, nobody would know who none of y'all asses were. Sunday Carter, you included, okay? If it hadn't been for you being on Basketball Wives, I wouldn't really know who you was. All I would have known was that you was Bean's girlfriend on State Property. That's it. Okay? Other than that, I wouldn't fucking know, wouldn't fucking care. None of you hoes are relevant in my eyes. So it's like, how is one irrelevant person calling another person irrelevant? I just don't understand that shit. Okay? Because before this show, I didn't know who the fucking Milan Christopher was. Alright? I didn't know. And I still don't give a fuck. Being on this show, you talk about some you a music star, you this and you that. I have yet to go felt any inkling because of the way that you act on the show and your actions after the show and just acting like a little bitch and all this stuff. It didn't even make me move an inch to go and type up your name on YouTube to check out any of your music, let alone go to iTunes and click buy your shit. Okay? It didn't do that. So let that shit go. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Move the fuck on. All right? Just I don't get that shit. I don't get it. Um Oprah got a new TV show coming out on and I can't wait till that come out. Dealing with the church and shit like that. Prodigal daughter coming back and stuff, and I want to see it. It look good. Oprah gonna be up in there. She look like she gonna be playing a drunk or some shit. I said, okay, Oprah, you better act in your own shit. But yeah. Let me see. It's I said Ted Cruz. Alicia Keys got a new single out. It's called In Common. And I don't know if it's like the trend to do stuff with like little reggae beats or whatever, but it's cute for what it is. It's not the Alicia Keys that I'm hoping to get. Like I want Alicia Keys to go back to Alicia Keys. I know you're supposed to evolve and you move forward, but like her stuff just haven't really been moving me for the last couple of albums, or the last album I should say. It just haven't really been, I'm not getting the A keys that I've been used to. Like it's just vocally it's not really there for me, but In Common is cute though. It's real cute. The little reggae beat got me hooked. I don't, and her little breathy singing on it, it's cute with it. It's cute. I'll give her a chance. I'ma always give her a chance because, you know, regardless, Alicia Keys my girl, but you can be fan of somebody and tell them that I'm just not feeling this shit. I'm really not. You gonna have to go back to the drawing board, okay? Um, Nikki Baby, she coming back to Love and Hip Hop with a girlfriend, Rosa Costa. I don't give a shit. Everybody doing shit for a fucking storyline, and that's all that is. Anything else important that I want to talk about? Not really. The last thing that I really, really want to talk about, I'm sorry that this video is kind of short. This has been like a slow news week, or I just didn't care about what was out there. Okay, I don't. Oh yeah, Chris Bosh. He gotta sit out the whole NBA, the rest of the NBA season, for the simple fact that he has some blood clots in his legs. Now, if you remember a few years ago, he had to sit out a season because he had pulmonary embolisms in his, and that's blood clots in his lungs and stuff like that. And so that is a very, very, very dangerous thing. If you feel like your legs hurting, and this pain won't go away, y'all need to go and get that shit checked because it could be a clot. You just never know. And don't just let stuff go without getting it checked, because especially if it's a clot and it starts down in your feet and your legs and move up, that shit can break off and it can get into your bloodstream and it can move on up to your body, into your lungs, and that's how people die. And you need to get it before it gets to that level, to that point where nothing can be done and, you wake up dead. I mean, you fuck around and you pass away from it because didn't know that you had a clot in your lung, or it can go to your brain and stuff like that. It's the body is a tricky thing, and you must keep up with it. You must keep up with it. But I hope everything works out for him. I really do, because that is no joke. Um, the last thing I really want to talk about is this situation with this girl. Her name was I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Tayja Jones Banks. She was this girl, she posted her prom picture on Facebook like a week ago or something like that, or earlier this week. And she's a little short, stubby. She's overweight. But the prom picture, I saw nothing wrong with it. She was very beautiful in that picture. Like, she was done up, her hair was done, she had her shoes on. I said, girl, wouldn't be me standing up in them damn heels. Let me tell y'all something about my prom. Prom was the last time I wore a dress, all right? And I was did up, bitch. I was fuck you mean, bitch? I said I'm going out with a motherfucking bang. I was dead up, ho. Okay, I look good as fuck, bitch. And my mama fucked around and was like, you gonna wear these heels. So we went to go get my shoes custom made. I said, bitch, you tried it. You fucking tried it. Do you know I went to prom with the heels in my hand and I had my flip-flops on the whole damn time at prom? You shitting me, bitch? I'm finna be comfortable as fuck, bitch, okay? Hell no, I'm looking too good to be up here like my feet hurt. No, I'm not finna be stumbling all over the floor because I can't walk in no goddamn heels. My mama fucking tried it. She really tried it, but bless her heart. She thought something and I said, girl, no. It just ain't gonna happen. I'm giving you this for the last time because after this, it's gonna go away. But other than that, so we did the damn thing. When we was at prom, everybody was just cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was thinking about how people was looking and all this shit or whatever. But this girl, we live in this day and age that you can't even put your own picture up without somebody making a negative comment just because you overweight or you're too dark or you're too short or you're too stubby or you're too tall, you too this, you're too light or whatever something. Was there nothing wrong with that girl picture? When I've seen worse prom pictures, wasn't nothing wrong with that girl picture. She looked absolutely beautiful, okay? She looked beautiful in her stuff. She was tastefully dressed up. But then y'all want to go and be ignorant motherfuckers and be cyber bullies and talk about her appearance, talk about her weight, and all. This is a fucking child. I don't give a fuck if she's a teenager. She's still a fucking child, bitch. She's still living at home with her goddamn mama. And y'all getting on here going the fuck in to the point that this girl basically was like, I wish I never posted this picture. She had to, at one point, I think she deleted her Facebook. And it's just like, I don't understand it. And then most of the people that's probably saying all this shit, you look like trash your damn self. Or are you mad because you couldn't go to prom? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, this bully mentality, let me have Twitter fingers, let me have Facebook finger, let me have internet thugs and all this stuff, and talk shit about people behind a computer screen. But when it's time for it to go down, you wouldn't say that shit if you would have saw her in public. 9 out of 10, you probably wouldn't. Some of you motherfuckers probably would, but most likely you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Wasn't nothing wrong with that girl. Okay, she looked different, but she was cute. She was cute in her shit. She did that shit. Bitch, what the fuck was the problem? And then it irks me because I know some people who be bullying other people and saying shit like that, especially about people that overweight. Everybody in your family and some of the people that you probably really close to, they overweight too. Like, everybody got at least somebody up in there. And so I'm sitting here like, especially some of these people be having overweight mothers and stuff like that. So what, you talk shit about your mama too? You talk shit about your mom? You talk shit about your family member? No, if you don't do it to them, why do it to other people? That just hurt my heart. Like, the girl was just, I'm sitting here like, girl, I wish, And then I love the fact that people was actually going back when the story became viral. I think she did do a little interview with the news, local news or whatever, where she was at. The story did go viral and people was actually commenting nice things about her and doing all this stuff. Let me tell you something. You don't win being an evil asshole. You don't win. You really don't. You think you're being funny. Everybody want to put something out there and be the next instant Facebook comedian celeb, or get Facebook famous or whatever. Let me tweet this, let me text this, let me post this so that it can go viral, by hurting people's feelings and all this stuff. Like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it because as soon as you get that shit, it can be taken away. You know, and like, why do you aspire to be something like that? Why do you aspire to be an evil ass person? That's not fucking funny. It's not. Like, people these days got their priorities and them everything fucked up. Just fucked up. But girl, don't even fucking worry about that shit. Move the fuck on and say fuck you haters. But that's all I want to say, bitch. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets to the blackout. Okay? The blackout. Atlanta, July 15th and the 16th. All right. If you're going to Great America with us on the 15th, make sure you got your money for the tickets so you can buy your tickets when we get there. We trying to get the group together so that the ticket can be cheap or whatever. But y'all know, like, the Coke and the Sprite and all that stuff, they gonna have them cans where you get $10 off, and make sure you bring your cans if that's what you want to do to get some $10 off on the tickets and all that shit. And make sure you get your ticket to the actual day party for the blackout. Sweet and greasy at gmail.com. All the information is $25. All the information is down in my more info box. I have the link to the Facebook page. Y'all just click on that, type it up, send it out, post in there telling us that you coming, you might be coming. Candy sending out the tickets and everything, and we just can't wait to see y'all there. We got a whole bunch of stuff planned, and it's gonna be bigger and better than last year, and we just gonna have so much fucking fun, and I cannot wait. Okay, but I know this was a short video, but it really wasn't much that I want to talk about, and it's late. Like, it's 11 o'clock on the Wednesday, so this will be up in the morning. Thursday, and I will see you guys later. And happy birthday to every zone. It's your birthday, boo. So happy birthday to you. And everybody else. It's my sister's birthday too. Girl, she had one hell of a fucking day already. I'm gonna leave her alone. I will see y'all later. Peace.